The question that the healer had asked set Dusty Fern's mind into a whirlwind of more questions. Was it okay? Was it okay that she was carrying kits so soon? Carrying kits from another Tom? Her heart rate increased and her body reacted to it in the worst way possible. Her belly began to have shooting pain through it. Her kits were coming early. "Russet Spot!" she yelled out in a panic from the warrior's den. "Russet Spot! Help!" The yelling made all of the clan rise and run to the sound of the problem. There they would see Dusty Fern laying there in a horrid scene. Russet Spot came running in. "Move aside!" As her eyes adjusted to what she was looking at, she gasped, "Oh, Dusty Fern!" The clan watched as the only healer set to work to save their leader and her kits. Though, the question that the healer had asked them what they saw. "Hurry!" yelled out Russet Spot to those that were around. "I need a jewel beetles! Now!" What were jewel beetles? Where were jewel beetles? No cat knew this, but they all set off in search of them. Dusty Fern and her two kits rest in the warrior's den. The warrior's den would now be the kidding den for queens. Russet Spot heaved a relieved and shaky sigh as she sat next to Gingerfish. Oh, they'll live, but they're very, very weak. Both of them are. I'm afraid one will never walk, and the other one can never be a warrior. If either of them do anything strenuous..." She'd trail off, not wanting to finish that sentence. "We have the medical items to save them, though, if that were to happen?" Gingerfish asked worriedly. "Right?" Russet Spot looked at her paws, knowing the heavy burden these kits would place on their parents' shoulders. "Don't rely on those items for too long. We might not have them if anything were to happen." Gingerfish's heart felt crushed, not for himself, but for his two kits and Dusty Fern. How could this happen? Was this a sign? Lavender Paw would lay within the apprentice's den, feeling unwell. He'd rise and head to Russet Spot. "Russet Spot, I'm not feeling too well." Russet Spot looked to the apprentice with concern. "Let me look you over." With new kits in the clan, there was no room for illness. She would look over the young Tom and see that he had a fever. "You have a fever. You will have to stay in here until I can find the flowers we need to fight that." Young Tom would go to a nest and curl up in it. Russet Spot was worried. Fevers usually led to something worse if untreated. She looked at her herbs and flowers that she currently had. There was hardly anything that she could do for illnesses, and that worried her. Hey everyone, this is Unalia, and this is the end of day 4, finally. This took 2 parts to finish up on day 4 and day 3, I do believe. Nope, day 4, just day 4. And I'm currently sitting in Dustyclan's meeting area. I'm in a cat. Jesus Christ. Currently in the new cat that we have, that I was doing a test on. I don't remember your name. What is your name again? Stanley. It's Stanley. Okay. So, since this is the explanation Machinima World, I'm not going to worry about what happens in here. It's not canon. Yeah. So, anyways, I have finally finished up all of the drama and the deaths within on day 4 and such that have taken place, and also the kidding that happened for Dusty Fern and Gingerfish. I was trying to remember his name and I just couldn't. Gingerfish. Uh, their kits rolled pretty bad. And since those kits came early, um, I was planning on extending the days instead of 3 to be 6. And when I did the extension, it made not Ginger Feather, oh my god. Wow. God dang it. What is your name? Dusty Fern. It popped Dusty Fern into labor, and I wasn't expecting that. So I thought that I had caught the pregnancy early on and I could change it. That didn't happen. So it popped her into labor, and I was like, oh my god, they're coming. I was not explaining that. I was not. So that is how I played off the early birth. I may extend the birthing to be 8 days instead of 3. That actually allows me more time with the pregnant mothers and stuff. And that also allows me to get more drama and feelings and things like that out of the way. Yeah. So the kits rolled really bad, and I used the actually no, I used the winter no, I'm sorry, the winter birthing generator, and that is why they rolled really bad. Um, he both of those kits um rolled pretty bad. Like I kid you not. They let me go back to find where they are. Literally as I'm going back through this entire only on day 4, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 paragraphs. Actually, 9 different chunks of drama that happened within that day that I had to cover. And each episode went through two bits of that, 2 or 3 bits of that. Um, so that was quite a lot, honestly. Also, I went back through my notes further back into day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. Actually, day 2, day 3, and day 4. Whatever. Anyways, I went back through them. And I found out that, um, let's see, hold on. Okay, so Cloverfeather died. Heatherthorn has a minor injury that got infected. He is living, surprisingly. He's very stout. Lavender Paw has a sprain. Um, Russet Spot has a sprain. She got the sprain like 2 days ago, apparently, in a hunting, and I didn't realize. Dusty Fern, yeah, let's see. She is no, she's not. Okay, so Gingerfish got a sprain because he went hunting and got attacked by an animal. Um, let's see, hang on. Births. Here we go. So the kits came early. I rolled the winter generator for survival. Dusty Fern, she rolled very well. She rolled a 56 on the first kit, so she lived while she gave birth to the first kit. The first kit rolled a 64, and that is born with a condition. And then he rolled a 31, which was a severe handicapped. And in parentheses beside that says cannot leave nest. So immediately I knew if he could not leave the nest that he was either paralyzed or has um, some part of his body that does not work. And he is literally, he does not have back legs. Like his legs are not working. They weren't fully developed or something like that. I don't really know. But he's just not able to leave the nest. And then I had to roll for Dusty Fern again to see if she was going to give birth to the second kid, and she does, and she lived. She rolled a 42, so she lived, um, which was really good. And then the kid two rolled much worse than the first kid. He rolled a 75, which was born with a condition, and then he rolled the highest number you could ever get, a 94, which was frail. He can't hunt or fight, will die if they fight. And so that kid can never, cannot ever, can never, bleh, can never leave camp. These cats, if at any time, like they have a lot of modifiers against them right now. Um, in the next couple of days, I have to roll for illness. These kids might die from the illnesses. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. They're gonna perish. There is a lot of stuff against them, and this is that sort of thing that happens. But it might have been StarClan, it might have been genetics, or it might have been just a really bad kidding experience, a bad kidding experience. And I cannot say for sure if this was a really bad kidding experience or if it was just a lot of Dusty Fur dealing with a lot. She losing her mate, she wanting kits with her mate, and then all of a sudden, like her body is still reeling from the loss, and her mind is not stable. It's just everywhere, and she just clings to this male, this Tom, and calls him, her mate, and they have a wild romance. Literally, the moment I put him into the clan, they just, go at it. They have kids. And when I was still setting up the very first scene, all of a sudden I get a pop up saying Dusty Fern is expecting kids and stuff, and I'm just like, what? Oh God, I need to go back and see that. I have got to go back and see that. I can find it. I can really find it. Oh God. Like I saw the pop up and I was just like, no. No, she's not. Oh my God, no. And then all of a sudden, like I see her go off to the Tom that we just pulled in to Gingerfish, and I'm just like, there's no freaking way. There's no freaking way. Oh my God. I lost it. I lost it. Thank you, Gingerfish. Thank you. And also those kits, they had like a 50-50 chance of looking like the father and then the 50-50 chance of looking like the mother. And they both rolled mother. Both rolled mother. The markings were mother, the colors were mother, nothing of the father at all. And uh, very rarely does that ever happen. Very, very, very rarely. Like a 10% chance. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is going to affect her too. Like all of this is really going to affect Gingerfish, and it's going to affect Dusty Fern the most because they both look like her. And I think that just seeing her kits like in the nursery, just very, very weak and frail and not able to live a proper warrior life, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts her a lot, and you can really tell the pain and the sorrow within Gingerfish. I almost said Ginger Feather, and then I almost said Ginger Fern. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Um, and they don't have names still yet. They don't. Dusty Fern doesn't know what to name them, and she's not sure if she wants to give them a name. But she wants to, but you know, she just doesn't know what to call them because they look like her. So I don't really know if she's up to the task of doing that or not. We'll have to see. Um, and then also Gingerfish is very upset. He wanted a family. He wanted everything, everything was going well, and he finally had someone with him, and then all of a sudden he finds out about the kits and how weak they are, and he finds out that they could die. They will die if they get sick or if they do anything strenuous. They're basically just rocks. And that absolutely just knocks him off his feet. And he thinks that this is just a really big sign that this relationship wasn't meant to be. It shouldn't have been. And that is going to put a huge negative impact on the relationship between Dusty Fern and Gingerfish. Dusty Fern doesn't know this yet, so that's she's still in that little daze of hers that everything is perfect, everything is good, her kits are okay. Rosette Spot never told her the truth. Rosette Spot only, helped her give birth and made sure that they were going to be alive, which they did, but she has nothing to fix them with. And also, Dusty Fern has not gone to get her 9 lives. Um, so this cat only has 1 life. And there's no deputy in the group. And there's only a medicine cat. So she hasn't really done her job too well as a leader. There's a lot of things that I would say that the clan is upset about, and including Lavender Paw. Lavender Paw is he's just being pushed aside. Dusty Fern isn't really thinking about her apprentice. She's not thinking about, his training and what he needs to learn. She's not really thinking of anything except for Cloverfeather. And that is not good as a leader. So there is still a lot of feelings, a lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreaks, anger, frustration, that sort of drama is still going on. And in the next few episodes of the series, I do believe that we will reach a boiling point. Is it a boiling point? A boiling point in the clan. And how I think the medicine cat is going to be taking a step to get everything right, possibly. But we'll have to see. I know that Rosette Spot is not happy about the kits and their conditions, and she's not happy about Dusty Fern's mental condition and how she's running things. She's also very upset about Lavender Paw. She's also upset about the herbs and the flowers and how just there's she's not gotten help from StarClan. Though she also hasn't reached out to StarClan either. She hasn't prayed to them, she hasn't spoken to them, she hasn't reached out. And I do believe StarClan has noticed. StarClan is busy, but they always have time to listen to those that are loyal and trustworthy. Though, is Rosette Spot really trustworthy? She's already shown her thoughts on half kits. She's already shown her thoughts on kitty pets. She's also already shown her thoughts on the mental situation and physical situation of Dusty Fern and her kits. So that is a thing to keep in mind. As for what's his name? One second. Heatherthorn. As for Heatherthorn, we don't really know what he's thinking. We don't. We are hopefully going to see that in the next episode, in the next series. And I'm really hoping to kind of touch up on the thoughts that are being shared between Heatherthorn and Gingerfish, because Gingerfish and Heatherthorn are close. They're friends. So that's a surprise when I checked. I was not really expecting them to be friends. I thought that Heatherthorn would hate Gingerfish because he was a kitty pet, but turns out he's neutral to him. So he doesn't really care about him, he doesn't really like him too much. As for Gingerfish is friendly to him. So that's an interesting friendship, I'm not gonna lie. But if anything, I think Heatherthorn would choose his clan over a kitty pet any day. He would choose his clan over anything. And if someone needed to off some kits because of their pointless existence, he wouldn't bat an eye. It wouldn't affect him at all. Because he knows also that there no half clan kits should be in a clan, and it goes pretty deep within Heatherthorn. Because Heatherthorn, if y'all remember, Heatherthorn came from a pure clan before Dustyclan, before he got washed away from the floods, and met Lavender Paw and Cloverfeather. There's a lot going on, you guys. There's already a lot going on, and I don't know how. I'm not sure how to go about this, but it's gonna go about. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to tell this story because I've been trying to find my way of telling the stories through these episodes and stuff, and it just hasn't been happening. And I've been so upset about it. And I would just get so burnt out and upset about it, and I wouldn't post anything and stuff. And I finally just found it. I finally found that little niche that I needed. And I love it. Absolutely love it. And also, if anything were to happen to Dusty Fern, who do you think would be the next leader? I'm just kind of curious because half the clan is injured, half the also some of them are sick and dying. So, um, yeah, how would that go about? And I think Rosette Spot really does care about the clan. She cares about the cats around her. She cares about their well-being, and she takes care of them and gives them what she can. But she just feels like it's not enough. This clan is really struggling. It's still struggling, and she just can't do anything for them. And that really eats at her. That really bothers her. And the one cat that has noticed this was Lavender Paw. Lavender Paw has noticed a good deal about her in the past couple of days. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't told her. He hasn't told anyone. But he feels like there's something going on with her. And we will get to that as well. We will get to a lot of things in the next episode, or 2 episodes, because it's going to be, like I said, a lot. And it's going to be quite the unraveling. Quite a lot to unravel. This is one gigantic present, you guys. One gigantic present. And I can't wait. I really cannot wait. I'm still writing right now. I'm still writing on the things that are happening in the next day. On day 5? Are we on day 5 of the group now? I think we are. Hold on. That's wrong. Yeah, day 5. This is Thursday, day 5. And, oh gosh. Have y'all been looking at this entire time? I'm sorry. So, since I've told y'all. Okay, also, oh, I forgot to tell y'all. When I was doing the recording, this lot. I just bit my tongue. This lot glitched out and became unplayable. I was so upset. Within the recordings, you can probably see the backgrounds are changing, the walls are changing, the ground is changing, things are changing everywhere. Like, the beds changed. Like, there's so much that changed. Because I literally had to uproot the clan into a new save file because the fences and the walls glitched out and became see-through. There were no walls. There were no like gates and doors and stuff. There was nothing. And the cats could just like walk where they wanted to. And I did everything I could to fix it, and nothing worked. And so I changed lots. I went to the Pancakes house and I looked at their houses and stuff like that. I literally went into other people's houses and checked their stuff, their fences and things. It all worked. Our lot bugged out. Like right in the middle of everything. And I had to decide if I should keep the changes or if I should re-implement everything. And I decided that it was, it was okay to oh, did y'all just see that little boy and that mom just hug each other? That was so cute. Okay. Anyways, like I have so much recordings from the previous lot to the new lot that I'm kind of upset about it, honestly, because it just doesn't. It's it's just kind of cattywampus a little bit. So if y'all notice the differences and changes in the world and the time and the days and stuff like that, you probably won't notice the days are changing. Um, I had to start over on the days, honestly, but it's okay because it doesn't really matter. And I feel really bad about about the glitching. Oh, it sucks so bad. I hated it, but everything should be good now. The lot works, the new lot works. And the walls are now different. So that's a thing. And the days of pregnancy are fixed. They are 6, but after this pregnancy, I'm going to be changing them to be a little bit more longer so I can get things prepared and in place and stuff like that. So there's that. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. I, again, am having a ton of fun with the side series, and I hope y'all are enjoying um, the side series as well. As the Whisker turns is quite the drama, honestly. So I am thrilled. So, anyways, I will see y'all later. Until next time. Bye, guys.